what's going on, world? It's the one and only DJ Robert Key, and I would like to welcome y'all to another edition of Ignition 843 The Wire. Like always, man, you know I got my homies up in this thing, my man Big Clean, and the one and only Miss Soul John. But check this out, we're not going to waste too much time with it today. We're going to go ahead and jump into the subject. So, Miss Soul John, it's on you today, baby.
Well, all right then. So we gonna jump in like what's that? Double Dutch. All right, jump in. Here we go. So I have a daughter, and I have to think when you have children, you have to think. You have to think ahead. So this topic right here that I'm about to bring up has to do with transgender women and biological women. So in 2021, there was a lady by the name of Natalie Barnett. She started a female gym. And at the beginning of it in 2021, she said that trans women, transgender women, there's a difference between transgender and transsexuals, but I think it's transgender. She allowed transgender women to come to her gym. But now in 2025, she has changed her mind and said that it is only for biological women. And she is now being put under attack and facing a lot of backlash because she had changed her mind. And being that I have a daughter that will be going to gyms, that has to go to women's public restrooms, somebody actually told me, well, I've been going to the bathroom with transgenders for many years. And it's been sticking with me, and it's bothering me that a lot of people think that this is okay when it's not. And a lot of, and I feel that if you still have your piece down there, you need to go to a place that has men. You do not need to be taking your ass into a fucking female's restroom or facility that is based on biological women. And I'm saying this right now, I don't have a problem with transgender, transsexual. People can do whatever the fuck they want to do. But when I feel it, when I feel that it is interrupting the natural state of things, there's becoming a problem. There is no reason why she should be facing backlash for creating a safe space for biological women. Do y'all think that it is okay to have a transgender or transsexual in a all biological woman's space? Is there a difference between having the piece and not the piece? If they took it off, do you think that they should still be able to come in a place where it's all biological women?
First and foremost, so I appreciate you giving us this opportunity to speak on a topic that I feel like is truly relevant to what's going on these days right now. Myself, once again, we want to reiterate that this isn't nothing to do with hate. I'm speaking on the behalf of a husband, on the behalf of a father. As I was sitting and we were coming up with this topic and trying to figure out how we were going to come at it, I wanted to kind of educate myself a little bit more on this and speak on it in a way that I will feel be justifiable to what we're trying to say and not be picked apart as we're just trying to get out here and hate on people and try to hinder people and people's rights. So it was this young girl I read about named Nex Benedict from Owassa, Oklahoma. She was 16 years old and she got into a fight with a transgender in the bathroom, and she died. She came home the next day with her parents and everything else like that. And she was complaining that her head hurted. And the parents and everything, probably just did like parents did, kind of told her to probably, it'll be all right. But the next day she fell on the ground and collapsed from her injuries. So to make a long story short, I'm worried about the safety of women more than about people feeling like they should fit into a reality that is a sense not true reality. If a person of that nature sees themselves as a woman and they get into conflict with a woman and now they want to fight a woman, underneath all that, you still are what you are. You're a man. You have man strength. She will not be able to physically
You're a
match your
man, bro.
strength. And if you come at her in a way physically to your full might, you can really hurt and kill somebody just physically. And it's to the point now that people want to have this type of like guaranteed right because this is the way I feel. I'm gonna make you laugh. I truly agree with like things like David Chappelle. If you wake up and they tell you you are one ethnicity, I don't care if you do feel Japanese, you will always be that ethnicity. So let's look at life as just being a reality for what it is. So I'm really just worried about the safety of the ladies. Like it's a way that we're gonna have to try to come at this to make it work for all, but it's not gonna work in the way of just forcing it on people, making them think that they have to accept it because all that is a slippery slope. And I'm more worried about the safety of our females than trying to make a reality that truly isn't a reality. It's a false sense. So that's how I feel about that.
Okay. As you said, safety. So there's a blog or whatever on Instagram, and that's what the transgender people or transsexual people are saying. They're saying that they are the most attacked gender there is. They are worried about their safety, and that's why they should group with females. How do you think about that?
It's understandable that everybody is concerned about their well-being. I get that. I get that a lot of people are going to be closed-minded to the fact that it is truly a different way of looking at people and their genders. But at the same time, we have to still walk that line of reality. Yes, you are on the paper of that transition, but you're still a male and she's still a female. So we're going to have to somehow, some way make this work. It's not going to be as unifiable as everybody wants. I get the talk of equality. I get the process that they're trying to make people unified and all come together under one umbrella. But in my mind, this fight that they're having about this, I think is truly like it's kind of like a blind side. I don't look at it as progress. I look at it as digress because I don't understand why they so worried about fixing the gender problem when nobody wants to fix the racial problem that's been going on since the existence of this country. And they want to push this fight now of reality of, oh, this is what it should be. But at the same time, we cannot figure out that we all just human beings. I really feel like it's just like them throwing a
Yeah.
distraction to really just get rid of the real true narrative. That's what I feel like. I don't. They want to make you think it's progress, but in my mind, I feel like it's digress. Just throwing something at me to make me not look at the real big
So
issue.
I made a post a few months back. I was changing my daughter on the changing table, and a mom brought her looked like 12, 13-year-old son into the in the bathroom with her, and I I didn't understand why your son was coming in the bathroom with you, especially when you have an exposed girl in the girls' restroom. Well, the backlash that I got from that was I'm going to bring my son in the bathroom with me. Do you think my son is trying to have sex with you? And the mindsets of these women when it comes to that blew my mind. When do you stop? And I'm not talking about a son that has special needs or anything like that. Like that's something totally different. I'm talking about a regular boy. When does he stop coming in the bathroom with his parents, with his mom? And the way that I was attacked for not wanting her to bring her son in the bathroom was crazy to me. And most of these women did not have fathers for the children. So when do y'all men, when do y'all feel like the boys should stop going into the restrooms with moms while they're out and about?
Well, me personally, I can truly agree with what you're saying because I have a daughter, as I say. And when she was small and I used to have to take her out, I used to have to deal with that problem. I used to have to
Yep.
try to, she would have to go to the restroom, but I would never want to take her into the male's restroom, what I'm getting at. I would wait to the door and ask the creator to let me see a woman that I would feel like would be of a good essence. And I would ask her to take my daughter to the restroom. I truly believe it's the fact of how people look at things. You know, like I would never want to expose any derogatory type things to where a child who really isn't understanding what's going on
Mm-hmm.
to a situation, and now they have to try to navigate the best way they can through what's going on. A lot of things I feel like I always say, is took out of the realm of home training now. A lot of people don't see that you have to put in play the way a child should approach life. Like when you're a parent, you're more than just a person that just put food on the table and clothes on the back. You have to provide a sense of reality to this human being that is upcoming, that will have to somehow, some way be able to process the world the right way. And I believe that as parents, we have got away from understanding that it is our duty to help the children process what is going on. I understand he's young. I understand that he's with his mother, but at the same time, the mother has to make him realize you have to respect the privacy of a female. Because if he's young and he think, well, I could just, because I've always seen it and my mom act like this, no problem. Then when you get put in a position where a female who does not see that as appropriate and you do something like that, now you're putting him in a situation of not being able to handle a problem appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder why kids out here making stupid decisions. It's because we're not helping them process appropriate decisions. And I feel like a lot of times that's why the conversation is necessary, because people will sometimes feel like you're attacking them when you say things of that nature,
Yes.
instead of just helping them realize, like, I want your son to be appropriate, because if he doesn't understand this now, he might not get it later when it really does come
Mm-hmm.
conflicting and judgmental, and it can put him in a place where it was a misunderstanding, but now they're judging him like it's not something that you should do, So I get that appropriately. Like, we as parents need to realize that it's up to us to take responsibility how the children are raised. Like,
It's hard because a lot of people
you
are
know,
not taking responsibility for their own shit. These women have told me that I was the one that was supposed to leave the women's bathroom if I felt uncomfortable. Why? There's no accountability there. There is no kind of respect at all. You're telling me that I have to leave the women's restroom because I felt uncomfortable changing my daughter with your son in the bathroom, that the bathroom is not for him. Where's the accountability?
that's a
Where's the
good question.
accountability?
So that's a very good question. And that's what the people need to recognize. We need to be accountable, not just for the simple fact of I'm in here and I don't care how you feel. Yes, we are sharing this experience. And you have to realize that when you do things, it can really destroy what we should build as a people. And I feel like we sing this Kumbaya song, but when it comes down to it, we really don't apply what needs to be applied. That's why we'll never be took serious at this conversation of unity at the table. Like, they look at us like we hear y'all, but when the time comes, we already know how y'all gonna come at it.
Donald Trump
So
himself, many years ago, said the most thing that I fear is an educated black man. They don't fear the thugged black man, but they fear the educated black man to put the things together. And he said it himself. That video is circulating on Instagram, on the internet, and everywhere right now. They want us to stay thugged out, robbing shit. They don't want us to be educated because that's the one that is feared. So.
Yeah. I mean, they want to be able to categorize, and if they can look at something and categorize it as a threat, then they don't have to ask no questions. A lot of times, them brothers don't realize that they setting themselves up for failure, following a guideline that truly isn't our guideline. Mm-hmm. It's a false sense of making people think that this is truly a blueprint to success. They don't understand that the mind is always going to be like the biggest weapon you can ever have. You know, anybody that understands that the true weapon is sitting between your two shoulders will be able to navigate things better. And it's a reason they feel the way they feel about that.
And that's why
I get you 110%. Like, I'm truly on board of what you're saying.
No, what I was about to say was, and that's why I do what I do as far as speaking into the future, show people how I'm living, and maybe other people will gravitate towards that, because sometimes I feel like just sitting here with these conversations, sometimes I feel they don't help, but I am wrong. Because I now am seeing that with you guys, my voice matters. And yes, I can show people how to live, but sharing my perspective out loud in these situations is making me feel that this is the way to go. You know, I don't always have to talk about drama or even serious topics like this, but it's a revelation when I'm sitting here talking with you all about topics, because if I needed to hear it or hear what you all have to say, there's somebody else out there that is going to listen and it's going to watch. You know, I say all the time, you know, you never know who's watching, you never know who's listening. And sometimes I don't believe that because I don't think people hear me. And that's why I just walk in actions. But I'm wrong. People are listening. So why not use my voice? So thank y'all. Mm-hmm.
Hey, my brother all the time, my brother Robbie Keefe.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
You know, yeah. He gave us this platform. I salute him because that is truly something to give a message in, because people always want to process things in one narrative. And sometimes to hear another person's story can help you sometimes understand why things are coming the way they're coming at you. I believe truly each one teach one. And the conversation is always the first way to communicate the evolution. And that's why I stand strong on these conversations. That's why at times I think we don't understand the power of our words. I don't think sometimes we understand the power of our essence. Mm-hmm. I don't think sometimes we don't understand truly it's a reason why the other side says and do what they think to contain your growth. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And sometimes the creator gives certain people voices that can help wake others. And I just want to be able to do what I feel like is necessary. Because you really don't know. You really don't know.
Check this out, man.
Why you are given this essence until you try to make this essence a reality.
And that's real talk, big bro. Just being able to get up on this platform and, speak to the people, you know what I'm saying, and even hear their voices when it comes to different situations, different subjects, that sort of thing is a blessing all by itself, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep on doing what we're doing for many years to come. But check this out. We're going to take a quick break. I got a new track by my man Jake Tronius. I want y'all to definitely check him out and show him some love. You know what I'm saying? We'll be right back here on Initiate 4
What's up, I know you ain't in here by yourself.
I done seen so many faces, see from all around the world,
Right.
and I done been so many places, and I done been with many girls. Hear me out. Here I am, with your fine self, and you know what's on my mind. Yes, you do. Said we ain't gotta be alone tonight. I do your body just fine. And yeah, you hardly know me, but I bet you got some freaking little things you could show me, girl. And ain't no need for joking. I bet I do some things that'll make you stop moaning till the morning, girl. It's way too early to be talking about love. I'm now. Let's live in the moment, girl. Let's have a little fun. Right. Come and give me some. I'll be your boyfriend. I just wanna have fun. I just wanna have fun. If you're looking for commitment, then I probably ain't the one. No, I ain't the one. Girl, come and give me some. 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 Give me, girl. Come and give me some. Now I've been checking out your body, from your heels up to your face. It made me really wanna ask you, can I get a little taste, girl? Say, you could tell me if I'm tripping, or we could go right to my place. I'm pretty sure you feel the same way, so we ain't got no time to wait. Because we too grown and sexy, I bet we got some things that we really wanna start up, girl. And our chemistry is heavy, I bet that we'll be sexing through the night till the early morning light, yeah. It's way too early to be talking about love.
Way too early.
Calm down. Let's live in the moment, girl. Let's have a little fun.
Right.
Can I get some, girl? I don't wanna be a boyfriend. I just wanna have fun. If you're looking for commitment, oh girl, you know I ain't the one. No, you know I ain't the one, girl. Come and give me some. Come and give me some. Yeah. Come and give me some. Come and give me some, girl. Come and give me some. Come and give me some. Come and give me some. Give me, girl. Come and give me some. We won't be here forever.
Let's live in the moment, baby.
Girl, let's have fun tonight. Then we won't be here forever.
That little sexy dress you got on.
Let's have fun tonight.
Ain't no reason for you to have it on
We
no
won't
more.
be here forever.
You know what time it is.
Girl, let's have fun tonight.
Let's have a little fun.
We won't be here forever. We won't be here forever.
You know we won't.
Girl, let's have fun tonight. Ooh. Girl, let's have fun tonight.
What you say, baby? It ain't a thing, baby.
Hey y'all, we are back on Ignition 843 The Wire. Nah. So men, right here, I have a real question. And I'm a woman, and I'm not afraid to admit that I'm an emotional creature, okay? But are men truly afraid of women's emotions when it comes to telling us the things that we need to hear versus what we want to hear or what we should be hearing? There was a conversation that I had this week about, say your girl, your woman, your wife was gaining weight, and it has nothing to do with pregnancy. It has nothing to do with nothing besides you see that your wife or girlfriend is getting off the train of health. Why is it such a problem that men see to not say, "Hey baby, you gaining weight"? Why is there fear of saying that to your partner? If y'all claim to love each other, y'all should be able to say anything to one another. You know, like, what if you was going bald? Never mind. We're gonna stick on the other. We're gonna stick on this topic. Are men really afraid of women's emotions and speaking their mind when it comes to telling us shit?
Really, to tell you the truth, I don't think it's as much as a man being fearful. It's more of a man. You see, what women fail to realize of a man's perspective, we're here to be protectors and providers. That extends more than just putting money on the table or protecting your honor. We have to protect how you feel. We have to protect how you see things. We have to protect the information that you get. And a lot of times it's more of a man protecting the way his woman views herself, understanding that y'all emotional creatures. And if it's about me saying something that will uplift you compared to saying something that would bring you down, because the shackle on the brain always outlasts the shackle on the feet, I will say something that uplifts you. I think it's more about not what you say, but how you say it. Because if your girl getting to the point where you feel like you want to have a serious conversation, you need to lead off with that conversation being, this is something not to go against you, but something more to try to help elevate you. It's more of how you approach the conversation than the conversation itself. It's not never being afraid to speak. It's more of being afraid of how you would take it.
Exactly, and that's what I am. That's what I'm trying to get at. Why do things have to be said a certain way? For me, I'm good. Just tell me, nigga, you getting fat. Why do things have to be put out a certain way to be able to be understood?
Well, that just that goes into the conversation you can have. Maybe you don't one of those females where a man can have a stern conversation with you and you won't take it as an insult. That's me getting to know you. That's not always the conversation that can just be relevant to everyone.
I
So
know.
if a man truly knows his female and he knows that, hey, baby, I can come at you direct and you won't take this as an insult, yes, the conversation can be had with you. But that's like I say, understanding of what you bring to the table as a protector and a provider. If I got me a woman that feel like she on some warrior shit and I can talk to her like she a warrior, then guess what I'm gonna do? But if I got me a woman that's want to be handled in a conversation that's delicate, guess what that man's gonna have to do? So
Yep.
it's once again being able to recognize what's in front of you. That's all that is. It's not the conversation. It's just recognizing who you having the conversation with.
I say those lines a lot of the time. So coming from a man, um, what can a single a single woman do to be able to get that warrior essence that you speak of, because she does not have that man there to shield her and protect her and say the things that and say how the things that need to be said. She's living this life by herself. How does she gain those
Well,
characteristics? How can she try?
being that being that these are qualities that's already embedded in her. One thing I will say about a female, she's the most observant creature I ever met. So a lot of times I look at it as choices that you make. You, as a feminine energy, have the power to process. When we had our conversation earlier, and you had me into the conversation so that I felt like I can truly be one with the person I'm talking to, that was because of the energy you gave me. You let me see that that was something that I could connect with you with. So once again, being that you're this powerful entity, you have to put out into reality what you're trying to attract. Because I guarantee you, I done met a lot of cats who think women with strong energy is, I can't, that's just too difficult. But me personally, I don't see that as difficult. I see that as a female lion. I see a woman that she's going to make sure that before she submits to you, you are something or someone that she can submit to. I really feel like a lot of times men don't understand their role in the conversation. See, they get so caught up into this Steve Harvey way of looking at things. No disrespect to Steve Harvey, but you selling the backwards way of the game. A man need to understand how to play his role. Now, this is the thing as a man that worked for me. I will never be able to figure a woman out because a woman is a complex creature. But what I can do is know how I stand. She can then decipher if I'm the man that fits her mold or not. That's what I can tell the men. That's what I would tell my sons. That you have to first learn yourself. And then as you position yourself and carry yourself, you will attract to you that energy that is in your aura. Like I said, and she has the power of picking if you're the fit. A lot of times where I think women go wrong is they want to create. They want to build a man. He might have the appearance, but you got to realize he don't have the qualities. A lot of times, let's reverse the approach. Instead of always be stuck on the appearance, let's first check out the qualities. You understand me? Is this man a man that you can submit to? Because the power of choice is yours. All we can do as a man is present ourselves, and that's through the whole natural creature kingdom. Every animal species as a man has to attract the mate. It's not nothing, nowhere the other conversation is like that, nowhere on God's existence. You understand me?
It's so funny that you said that because just the other day there was a post that said a woman that basically looks like me, like a fairy. I look like, I grow shit and I have fun in the garden and I skip through the flowers type thing. They said that it's the worst type of female because she may look all whimsical, but she's unhealed. She starts arguments. She is combative and not submissive. So basically the same things that you just said, the man has the look that they want, but the qualities have to match. So it seems like both parties are saying the same thing about one another. So I guess, like you said, we have got to start working on ourselves
exactly
internally to be able to do these things. And a lot of women have fallen out of their feminine energy. Feminine independence has replaced feminine energy. I'm not going to say that it's all of us, but I feel Webby fucked us up with the INDEPEND. Don't you know about me, man? That era, I'm the millennial where that came from, and now everybody act like they got to do everything on their own. And
it's just what was sold to you. It was what was sold. It was empowering you. That's what it was doing. That's what Webby was doing. He was empowering. I like a strong woman, but at the same time, you have to realize what was created for you. A lot of time we just get caught up in the market of things. We turn our own reality into reality shows. And I feel like we have to sometimes take a step back and, like you said earlier, know yourself. Know yourself. And once you find that knowledge of self, then now you can advocate into the world the type of energy that will attract your persona.
Okay.
We have to connect because it's a reason why they call this a universe. Just think of that word, universe, one, come together. We all come together as one. We number one entity having an experience, a collective experience. And we want to find someone that we can share this experience with. That's what it is. So
Uh,
go ahead, speak your piece. I want to hear because I need to better be able to understand this so I can make sure that I'm on the correct path of doing things.
no,
Help
you
me understand
are.
the plan.
You are. But yesterday it came across my page, people need to this is what they said. They said people need to stop lying to people, telling them that there's somebody out here for everybody because it's just
You
not
don't think
true.
so?
No, I don't.
You know why? You know why I disagree with that? Because nobody is going to check off all the boxes.
Correct.
See, like I said earlier, women have to get out that mindset of trying to build somebody. You understand? Everybody, we weren't fit to build molds. We was fit to have experiences and
Yes.
relationship. Categories fit a system. Think of what I'm telling you. Because if they can put you in a category, they can easily put you in a system.
Yeah.
Now, if that's something that you follow and that's your process, I'm not going to knock your process, but you got to realize that process is not truly effective to a human experience. Because I've learned that you can get around somebody and have your own assumptions, and your assumptions can be so strong that you can make yourself believe a false sense of reality. And then you get to know that person, and you be like, well, damn, everything I thought about you or everything somebody said about you was wrong. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah.
just because it didn't fit somebody else's mold, like, I don't been in
Doesn't mean it won't fit
situations where
somebody
this
else.
is, yeah, like somebody didn't like Soul. And I never met Soul. I never talked to Soul. I don't know what Soul about, but somebody's just speaking negative on you. They might have their own personal experience with you. But when I meet Soul, Soul, one of the realest people I've ever met, the conversation connects. She has things that I relate to, that she relates to, and the whole vision of reality is almost similar. So that's why I think we get caught up in other people's experiences. Like, just because it didn't fit that person don't mean it don't fit that person.
Correct.
Stop trying to live off of other people's opinion and create your own.
So
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But do you okay, so what if somebody's destiny was a certain what are you doing, girl? What if someone's destiny is to their career, their whatever they're doing in their destiny, having someone will hinder all of the potential of what one has in their destiny. Having someone will cloud their judgment in their life.
Well, when we use these words like destiny, who created your destiny?
Who created my destiny?
Exactly.
I don't know who
So,
created it, but when I wake up, I feel it.
exactly. So your destiny is what you make it. So if it's what you make it, how don't you know that it's a person who's destined to have this same mindset of you, of feeling like, I want to get around somebody who's focused on achieving in life. You never know the conversation until the conversation presents itself. Like I say, we can assume we know what people thinking because we think that we can look at something and yeah, that's what it is. But until you engage with that person or with that situation, you really don't know what you're dealing with. You're just making an assumption. So your destiny is your own. Your destiny is
Okay.
yours to control.
Okay.
So
So back to the emotions. Uh, as as a man, do you have any tips on how women could learn how to control their emotions and think more logically instead of
It's
irrationally?
I'm gonna say this. I don't know what to tell a woman or how a woman should be a woman. I know a woman should know who she is as a female and understand a male as an entity. I feel like my job as a male is to,
But if, wait, hold on. But what if that woman has never been around other women that do that? She doesn't know how to be a woman.
well, me as a man, I can give you ideas of what kind of woman I like, but that might not be the woman you are. The essence of a woman, you was born with that. Like you said about your destiny, you feel your destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And as you feel your destiny unfolds. So you already are in connected of who you are. As a man, it's up to me to reassure you that you're on the right page. See, that's the connection of the relationship. That's my logic thinking. That's my presence. That's my power. Reassurance, confidence, letting you know that what you're doing is not going in vain. That's what I bring to the table. And that's
So
what
what
men
if
who
someone does
understand.
not have, so what if the woman doesn't have a you? I mean, I got what I got, and life is, I learn things how I learn things, but don't we want to try to make things easier for people along the way
Exactly. That's why we're using
so
our
they don't have to
platform to have
feel
this
the burn?
conversation. That's why we're using this platform so they can feel the burn. Because like you say, every time we talk, we never know who's tapping into us. We don't know who watching us. What if the person right now watching us trying to figure out this right here? What if this is the conversation that the creator put in us to unfold so somebody who's sitting back can look at it from this perspective? So the conversation starts with us and unfolds to many. So I feel like we're playing our part because we're having the conversation. You know, the only way that you can change things, you have to speak it into existence. So we
And I will
playing our part.
answer my own question. Some things that women can do to tap into your feminine energy. Try meditating, eating clean foods, and take walks outside. Take your shoes off. Take your eyelashes off. Take your wigs off. See who you are. I know somebody out there listening. See who you are. And I guess, that could go for men too, but I don't think y'all be putting on the makeup and stuff. Sometimes there was a show
Don't
called
worry.
Empire. There was a show called Empire. And Elle Woods, what's her name? Taraji had her take off all of her makeup and shit because she was hiding behind the makeup. Sometimes you cannot see yourself when you cover your hair all the time. You don't see that you're going bald up front because you're covering your wigs. You've got to see who you are in order to see who you are going to become. And once you got a little glimpse of who you're going to become, you're unstoppable. You are unstoppable. And that goes for
Give them
men
some
and
water.
women. That goes for men
Give them
and
some.
women.
Give them some
I don't
water.
have I don't have my shit all together, and I'm not in the place of my life that I know I'm going to be. So I just keep going on a daily basis, because if you don't keep going and if you don't keep staring at yourself, looking at who you are going to be the same individual that you were yesterday. And the goal is to be better than you were yesterday, today. So,
Exactly.
like I said, just get you some fresh air, try meditating, exercise. There's and this is what worked for me. I quit drinking alcohol so I could see who I was. Yes, there are some characteristics of outgoingness or whatever when I was drinking, but the the good outweighs the bad when I quit. And I'm sure that those characteristics are coming back. You have to be able to see clearly. And I wasn't seeing clearly when I was drinking. There's a whole lot of women out here complaining about fibroids in their uterus, but are not eating clean foods, are having sex with people that are doing some things to their insides, drinking alcohol, contaminating their character because they're being somebody who they are not. I had a whole lot of people with me. They don't know this new me. And I don't think they will be able to handle this new me. Everybody wanted to always see me drunk. They would call me an alcoholic. They would call me drunk. But motherfucker, you sitting up here buying the best bottles. You never heard me when I say I want to be better. I don't want to drink no more alcohol. Because whenever you start saying these things out loud, they come. I ain't never had nobody come knock on my door and ask me for tell me I got a box of cigarettes for you. Not until I quit. Not until I said no more. And for me to be able to see myself, that was when I was able to grab a hold of my emotions. I ain't perfect at it. I slip out sometimes. PMS is a bitch on me. But stop thinking. It's a technique that, or thought stopping. It's a technique that really helps. When you got some things going on in your head, you have got to say out loud, no, nigga, stop thinking that. And you bring yourself another thought. That is one way that I am learning to control my emotions, because like I said earlier with my daughter, I don't want to yell at her because I don't want her to think that it's okay to yell at me or yell at someone else if she's not getting her way, or yell because she's trying to get her point across. You don't have to do that to get your point across. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Hey man, only way they gonna grow, you gotta plant the seeds. I'm glad you're giving them the water so they can grow. Keep planting them type of seeds because the conversation is needed. Each one teach one. And I'm glad that you can see the growth in yourself. And that's when I truly feel like a person is evolving, when you can see the growth in yourself. Despite what other people say, misery love company. So why would I give you words of encouragement when I ain't trying to do no better?
It's
So
insane.
I salute you on your journey. I hope you continue on your journey, and grow each and every day, like you say, and it will come to the light.
So to end the conversation, you don't believe that men are afraid of emotions, afraid of our emotions?
Not at all.
Okay.
What I think, and thank you very much for making the 360, because now I'm gonna speak on the male's perspective. A lot of times, guys, before you pick a partner, you need to decipher what kind of person you are individually, because you are truly the leader and the creator of your household. So understand where you stand as a person, as a man. Understand the qualities that you bring to the tables. Understand the values that you will bring, and you will attract to you what is yours. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to attract negative things, because yes, negative does attract the positive. But at the same time, you have to be able to decipher. That's why know yourself, what is truly belonging of you. And your mate will occur. It might not occur overnight, but it will occur. So to every man out there, understand protector, provider is more than just two words. Understand what those words mean to you. And when you do find a female that fits the mold of what you're trying to create in your existence, she will value your knowledge. She will value your understanding, because she will look and seek confidence and guidance out of you.
Okay. Well, word up to that. So on that note,
Conversation, man. Love it.
Yes.
Manifest it every day.
We just need to
Know
get
how
to
we
know
do.
ourselves. Getting to know ourselves
Exactly.
is key in this.